Hey, it's a gorgeous night out and I want to talk about my Serato Top 5, aka my most played songs in Serato, aka my songs I've gone back to again and again and again over the years that have racked up the most total play counts. If you don't know what yours are, go to your Serato, go to all and sort by play, and maybe post them in the comments. I'd love to see them. I'm genuinely quite curious what those are for everybody else. I'm going to start off by saying, this is not a particularly glamorous list. It's not a list I'm particularly proud of. In fact, I might even go as far as to call it a little bit embarrassing. But you know what it is? It's the most played list of a working open format DJ who has paid the bills, making a lot of parties happen over the years, no matter what it takes. So, I don't know, nothing to be ashamed of in that regard. So I'm going to get into each song in the list, and along the way I'm going to explain what it is about each song that helped it rack up so many play counts and got it there. So let's get into it. So we're going to do this in classic countdown reverse order. So we're starting with 5th place with 320 plays. We got Black Eyed Peas. Let's get it started. The Even Steve short party starter edit. Now, party starter in edit terms usually means it starts out with some sort of hype. I don't know, maybe a Fat Man Scoop or Lil Jon, put your hands up. This is not that. This is a simple short edit. It's an 8-bar intro, and then the song jumps right into the start of the chorus. That everybody. And that's what it is. It's just a custom short edit. But honestly, I looked through my library. I went to Party Starter, and I think you can call pretty much anything a party starter if you want. And my criteria were, I think the song gets the party started, and it's got lyrics about getting the party started. And I think that's enough for me. So, how did a random Black Eyed Peas song end up with so many plays? Reason number 1, it never hurts to play it. Songs like this, they just aren't important. They aren't going to be huge, but they're not going to hurt you to play either. This song has never gotten a bad reaction from me. Plenty of mid reactions, but it's never hurt me. It's never killed the dance floor and made people look at me like I'm ruining their night. And so I got no trauma associated with it. I'm really excited to play it, but I always feel safe playing it. Now, reason number 2, I kind of listed this under reason number 1, but the song just isn't important. It's a pretty old song at this point, and I don't think I've ever had it requested. It's been on wedding playlists, sure, but never as a must play. I don't think anybody's ever walked up to me and been like, hey, can you please play Black Eyed Peas? Let's get it started. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say I reckon it's nobody's favorite song, but it's undoubtedly a party song about partying. Songs like this are always going to rack up a lot of plays because I never regret burning them at any point in the night. I'm never saving them for peak hour, If I get an early crowd that wants to party before the place fills up, I say, go ahead. You can have this one. I'm not going to need it. I'm not saving it for later. Let's run it. And just based on that, it's going to get a ton of plays. Now, reason number 3, it's a super small time commitment. Now, if we start with the chorus, we can play the song super fast. We can be in and out in 30 seconds or less. So that's 30 seconds of this right into any, popular drop on the one song, Crazy in Love, Run It, yeah, Birthday Bitch, what have you, really anything in that BPM zone with decent energy, and you're just on with the night. It's basically the opposite of like a Dreams and Nightmares or a First Day Out kind of song. Those are big time commitments. So you have to really believe in the track to play them. Those songs are like 90 plus seconds of build up before the drums even hit. Those, you really got to assess your crowd and see where you're at before you drop them. And on the other hand, Let's Get It Started, you could bomb. You could bomb hard. Hell, it could be the worst song of the night. But before they even know what happened, you're in and out. You're on to the next song. They've already forgiven you. So in that regard, it's totally safe. And deep down, I think we all want some level of safety. And we all run toward that. And I think all the times that I wanted to run toward safety, they helped rack up plays for this song. Actually, now that we're talking about that, I think songs that you can play quickly, that's going to just be a trend across all these songs. They're just going to rack up tons of plays. Now, reason number 4, it was part of a routine. You guys ever looped the word everybody from this song and played it to Everybody by the Backstreet Boys? Well, I did religiously for a long time, actually, and eventually made an edit of it that I posted to Club Killers, but continued doing it live after that, and racked up a ton of plays from that. I did it at virtually every gig I did for a while. Then I later found out that the man himself, Nick Spinelli, had done damn near the same exact transition, almost exactly the way I did it. And all the clues suggested that he'd been doing it for a longer time and thus probably had the idea first, but not going to get into that right now. Let's just say it was part of a routine for a while. Now, reason number 5, the track is naturally clean. But DJs who do a variety of different gigs will understand where I'm coming from. You need a clean and a dirty version of all your songs. You need a clean one for your corporate events, your weddings, your school dances, and you're going to need a dirty one so when you're doing a bar or a club, it doesn't seem like you're doing a school dance when you do it. Now, in those songs that are naturally dirty, you're going to have two separate files, and they're going to be splitting the plays, and neither of them are going to win in the process. It's going to hurt some songs. I can think of a few notable ones off the top of my head.
Listen to this track.
Now, jokes about the original title of the song aside, go look it up if you don't know. will.i.am does say shit toward the beginning of this song. I actually didn't even notice for a while. This does disqualify for clean status. However, my edit skips right to the everybody, and it skips right over the shit entirely. And because of that, I can play this one version of the song at every single gig that I play. Let's get it started. It just keeps racking up plays for the one file. Reason number 6, I just don't have another version of this song that I particularly like. There isn't a remix I like to play or another edit that I love. I might even say I don't care enough about this song to even try that hard to find one. This is pretty much how I play it every time I play it, and because of that, all the plays go to the one file. Now, that being said though, if you got a good remix, please let me know. Totally open to hearing it, and I'd be more than happy to split the vote on this one because I am not that in love with Let's Get It Started. Now, moving along into 4th place with 322 plays, I've got the original version of All I Do Is Win. Now, know what you're probably thinking, the song, it's played out. It's been criticized, and rightly so, by a lot of DJs online, some DJs who I actually happen to respect quite a bit. But that being said, I don't care. I still find myself playing this song fairly often. Reason number 1, I can play it super fast, and it doesn't hurt to play. I'm just going to combine those two for the sake of brevity, but nobody's leaving at the end of the night going, can you believe he played the Put Your Hands Up song? Doesn't he know that's played out? Nobody cares. You can hit this from the beginning and rip through just the hook if you want and be right out. Just a quick like, hey, wake up, do the hands up thing. All right, let's get back to something else. It's just a stupid little crowd participation thing. It's like a microscopic Cupid shuffle where there's one move and it's put your hands up. And if I can just throw that in quick, wake the crowd up, I'm gonna find myself doing that quite a bit. This song is just so easy to play. When I'm quick mixing around 75 BPM and my brain is just firing off songs, just type, load, play, type, load, play. This one's always gonna pop up in my head because it's just so easy, just drop it on the one and boom. Bought myself another moment to think about my game plan. When you're mixing fast, without a plan, just trying to string together a bunch of songs super quick, you can always use a free moment to catch up, let yourself thinking, this song is that. And as long as they actually do the hands up thing, you're good. Actually, you ever not have the crowd so badly that they didn't do the hands up thing? You ever just bomb with this song? Once upon a time I was a bad DJ, and you probably were when you started. And you ever miscalculate this one so poorly that it just goes right? They're just like, whatever, I'm not doing it. Well, under that condition, the song is gonna hurt you, but if you have any concept of the energy in the room and the crowd, that's not gonna happen. And reason number 2, first verse is naturally clean, and I'm never gonna play more than the first verse. My opinion, if you hear Rick Ross, you've probably gone too far. And if you hear Snoop Dogg, I don't know what to tell you. People are still enthusiastically putting their hands up after the Snoop Dogg verse. You've got yourself a hell of a crowd, and I don't think you should be taking that for granted. So anyway, being naturally clean, like I said before, means there aren't 2 files splitting all the plays for this song. They're gonna all go right to this one. Now, even though this song is clean, it does have some kind of odd lyrics, some mildly suggestive lyrics.
Go up and down like strippers' booties go.
Even has some kind of sexually weird lyrics.
Tight like a million virgins.
But according to the clean version, according to the radio edit, these are fine. That's good enough for me. Now moving on along in 3rd place with 326 plays, we've got Pitbull Hotel Room Service, the Even Steve amped up short edit. You knew we weren't gonna do this without any Pitbull, come on. Shit. How did this get so many plays? How did it not? That would be the more interesting thing if this weren't on my top 5, if I'm being honest. Now, reason number 1, I love this fucking song. This is the only song on the list that I'm gonna list that reason for. Now at this point, it might be the most generic played out party song in existence, but at one point, this was a new song that I absolutely loved. You take a classic house sample, you add some absolutely filthy, yet somehow radio clean Pitbull lyrics to it, and got yourself one of the all-time greats. Actually, that brings us to reason number 2. This is actually naturally clean. Now, obviously, that's a generous assessment of these lyrics, but if anybody wants to hear this song played at their wedding or at their school dance, they're going to be hearing about cheating.
Oh, get up, that's your boyfriend.
They're going to be hearing about group sex.
You can bring your girlfriends in.
They're going to be hearing about taking off your clothes.
I'm gonna undress you.
They're going to be hearing about taking off your underwear.
Put a G-string down south. Ooh.
They're going to be hearing about 2 in the O.
2 in the O and 1 in the I. That kinky stuff.
And, they're going to be hearing a lot about egg whites.
Oh, you the healthy type. Well, here goes some egg whites.
And shit, all that filth gets played on the radio, so under most circumstances, that's fine with me. So the real question is, how isn't this song way higher? I mean, honestly, it should be number 1. But, unfortunately, we've got a lot of remixes and bootlegs of this song I really like, and play those pretty often. And if I'm gonna play one of those, I'm not playing the original, and this single file, it's not gonna be getting all the play counts to itself. But hotel room service, still very, very much number 1 in my heart.
No fighting.
Now moving along in second place with 337 plays, we got Shakira, Hips Don't Lie, the Scooter remix. Shout out to my man Scooter for an absolutely fantastic remix, in my opinion. Kind of the definitive version of this song. Every time I've tried to play the original since then, it just sounds so weak, so hollow, and frankly pathetic. So this should have just been the original production of the song. Praise to Scooter aside though, we are just looking at Hips Don't Lie by Shakira, which is just kind of a regular old Shakira song that I don't particularly care about. So how did this end up at number 2? So for reason number 1, let's just throw in some of the reasons I already listed for the other tracks on this list. It never hurts to play, it's naturally clean, it isn't important, you can burn it at any point in the night. I only play the 1 version, but there's a lot of songs that fit that description, so where does Hips Don't Lie get the edge over those other songs? So reason number 2, the song was some sort of TikTok trend once upon a time. In fact, I think it was a TikTok trend with a dance, and more importantly, it was a TikTok trend during a time when I was DJing a lot. So once upon a time, Milwaukee had a ton of weekday parties that were super active and well attended, and I DJ'd a ton of them. And a lot of these weeks I was DJing as many as 5 or 6 gigs, and at damn near everyone, in fact, literally everyone, I was playing Hips Don't Lie. So right there, it racks up a ton of plays just based on that. Reason number 3, I was using instant doubles quite a bit at the time. So I was gigging on my Newmark TTXs. Yes, I was hauling those out to the gig and playing with 2 Newmark TTXs and an S9 in the middle. And the Newmark TTXs, those gotta be the finest turntables I've ever had the pleasure of using. I love those. I love the pitch range. You can go all the way up to plus or minus 50. They have incredible torque. I love the feel of them, but god damn it, are they temperamental, and they do break. And mine were malfunctioning quite a bit at the time, and they would either spin out of control or they would stop working in some other way. I'm not quite sure. I remember, but one of them would stop working, and then I would end up playing on the 1 turntable and using instant doubles. If you're not familiar with the trick I'm talking about, go look it up. But basically, you load the track on one side, send it over to the other, and load the next track on that same side, if you catch what I'm saying. And every time you do that, it racks up 2 plays. So, by virtue of doing that, during a period where I'm also playing a lot of gigs and playing that song at every gig, it's just gonna rack up a lot of plays, and Hips Don't Lie is just gonna claw ahead of the competition. And moving on along to first place. First place, the song I played more than any other song in my library is a personal edit of mine, Hollaback Girl, the Even Steve Bananas short edit. That was just a personal short edit of mine. In fact, it's the short edit that I will use often to teach people how to make a well-optimized DJ edit. Actually, on that topic, if you're interested in learning how to make DJ edits, shoot me a message and I can teach you how. Now, it's not going to be free, but it's going to save you a lot of time and it's going to get you on a fast track to making what you want to make. And it's definitely something I wish I would have done earlier in my career, so let me know. So, this Hollaback Girl edit. We've got that's my shit. We've got a chorus. We've got the bridge, aka this shit is bananas, and we got another chorus. And sometimes I'll play the whole thing, and sometimes I'll just play through the bananas part and end it there. And that's all in and out in shit, probably less than a minute. And I think we've already established that that's a big plus for any song trying to make its way on the top 5. So very small time commitment there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and skip all the reasons I've already listed for other songs and get down to the real essence of why Hollaback Girl has edged its way to number 1. Now, reason number 1, what a reason this is. It's at 110 BPM. Now, I'm gonna let you know a little secret here, in case you're not a DJ or if you're new to this thing. Open format DJs will play the shit out of any hit song that's around 110 BPM. This is no man's land. There's just not enough hits there. And if you want to move between your safe zone of all your 100 BPM hits and your up-tempo dance music, you're going to have to cross this horrible desert of your 110s. And any song that can lend you a hand in that zone is just going to get a lot of plays. Like I said, it's just a horribly underpopulated zone of music. There's just not enough hits in the 110 range, at least not in modern music. I guess 110 BPM fans just correct me if I'm wrong on that. But once upon a time, there used to actually be a lot of hits around 110. A lot of really popular dance songs were at that zone once upon a time. But making music was crazy back then. Back then they used to make songs in different time signatures. They had key changes, tempo changes, guitar solos, saxophone solos, 2-3 minute instrumental breaks. I mean, it was anarchy. People were doing whatever they wanted, but nowadays they stick to a formula. But now nobody makes shit at 110, so DJs just cling on to everything that occupies that BPM space. Now let's be honest here. If All Night by Chance the Rapper wasn't at 110, do you think we would have played it damn near every night for years back when it was new? I don't think so. And a second and final reason why Hollaback Girl has so many plays is it just gives me an immediate hit of dopamine to play it. The song gets an immediate reaction on the and the I mean that's less than a second into the song. So say we're at 110 BPM, we're playing All Night by Chance the Rapper and we're starting to lose them, as we will. Boom, that's my shit. You got them back, they're awake, they're attentive, they're back in it. Now, does it hold their attention for a long time? These days, maybe not. It's losing some steam, but it's not dead yet. So that's my Serato Top 5. Those are the songs out of my entire library that I have played more than anything else, at least since Serato started counting. Shout out to my friends Drew and Fuse for inspiring this video with the segment on their show, The Drew and Fuse Show, the segment titled Serato Top 5. Looking farther down on my list, I think the songs really start to get cooler, around maybe 40, maybe even lower than that. I don't know. Maybe I'll do another video digging further down in the future. We'll see. So I think the big takeaway here is that play count rankings are a lot less about the quality of the song and more about the structure of the song and a lot more about the fragile psyche of the DJ playing that song. So if you're a bad enough individual, I hope you do this. I would love it if you could comment your top 5 on this video and we could all compare and maybe I'll feel better about mine and maybe I'll learn something about you from yours.